Alrighty then, and a warm welcome to another Shakes and Fidget video in English by me, and the topic is the Legendary Dungeon, the newest from September, October 2021, including the new Gems of Fate. I will give you a kind of general recommendation, and we will talk about a few possible combinations of these Gems of Fate. But in the first place, let me tell you that it's really impossible to play through all combinations. There are like 21 or 22 several Gems of Fates, and the chance to gain all of them combined is impossible to reach. So I just can recommend you a bit what I know, and Paul Terra, who is a bigger German YouTuber, showed us a kind of overview of all Gems of Fates in German, and I will show you this overview and we'll talk about it in English a little bit. You see me here on server 41 Germany on my main char. I had a few runs already, and this is the next run of this legendary dungeon, and this is the first mini boss, the first Gem of Fate I can reach. And let's see what I get here. Treasure of the hero reduces the damage dealt by monsters by 20%, reduces the chance of finding items by 25%. Actually, this Gem of Fate is not the worst. I mean, less damage makes it possible to go through this dungeon a bit cheaper, which can be one of your main goals. So people are playing the legendary dungeon to get a lot of epics, for example, epic items. Yeah. So if you choose this Gem of Fate, it's not actually good if you want to find a lot of items. Yeah, which includes epics. And so it depends on, in every case in Shakes and Fidget, in every part of Shakes and Fidget, it depends on how you want to play. What do you want to reach and how fast do you want to reach it? So for this example, I actually want to go through this dungeon as cheap as possible per run. I mean, mushroom users as I on this char do a lot of runs, so you will find enough epics. Actually, I mean, it's really hard to have a lot of space for all items. So I personally could choose this Gem of Fate, and it would actually help me. But let's see what we still got. Fear Curse Door Spawn with the Sapphire of the Misadventure. Increases the chance of first from fights by 10%. Well, this is, for example, a Gem of Fate I never would recommend. I don't see a specific situation to use this Gem of Fate. I mean, Cursed Doors are not that bad, because the most of the curses are not really a big disadvantage. Of course, if you get poisoned, it really sucks, but most of the other curses are no problem, I think. Yeah, okay, more damage is bad as well, but there are so many curses, and I actually had the worst curses not that often yet. So I never would choose this Gem of Fate, personally. Crown Jewel of the Devil. The chance of epic doors increases the damage dealt by monsters by 25%. This is exactly, actually, the opposite of this one. So of course I will choose this Gem of Fate because I really am looking forward to get less damage from the monsters, and so maybe I don't need to revive that often. That's the plan. So this is the Gem of Fate. Let's go. Let's see what we got there in the next rooms. I was not that lucky with the first one as well. My actually plan is to gain a lot of keys in the first 50 rooms. And I had to use a lot of keys already because, yeah, I had like traps all the time. I think until room 50 I will go through the traps. I want to find keys. Okay, the trap killed me. Okay, that's not that great. Let's gain some keys, and there's another trap. That's so... Yeah, sacrificial door is... I don't like sacrificial doors that much as curse doors, because it's... If I plan to go through the dungeon as cheap as possible, losing hit points is never good, and I think sacrificial doors do a lot of damage. And the rewards is mostly not really good, in my mind. Oh, I have so many traps to deal with, that sucks. At least I'm finding some keys. I could be lucky with a good room now, but... at least it... Yeah? Did I lose a key? Oh, that's not what I actually wanted to do. But, do I lose a key if I open this one? I don't know it, to be honest. Okay, I could successfully escape. I need a key maker, or a key master, but I didn't find it. So I have to arrive again. Oh, there's the key master. Okay, good key master. Here actually nothing changed to the earlier dungeons. I mean, just maybe the numbers can change, or the duration of the blessing can change. So actually, 1 and 1 is still a very good choose, especially if you got full health. If you don't have full health, it's sometimes good to choose another one. I didn't see it yet. I don't know the name. Road to Recovery. Road to Recovery can be very helpful if you're cursed, for example, if you already lost health, and if you don't need to get so many keys. Now I need to gain a lot of keys, so I hope the next rooms there will be monsters to deal with, and that's why I choose this one. Okay, I need to spend 4 keys, which is expensive. Let's see if I'm lucky. Okay, that was good. That was good as well. So far I'm lucky I don't have any traps. Let's go. It already was helpful. I mean, this is so nice to get through the rooms. Okay, I didn't get a key, but I'm fine with that. Okay, let's... Yeah, that was really nice. Okay. Now, for example, I could try to give you a good example, maybe. Yeah, of course. Okay. Oh, but... Okay, that's great. I get poisoned, yeah, but I get at least a little recovery. So let's try to find more keys. And yeah, that's the second thing. Curses can be... I don't know if it's really planned by player games, but like I had the big curse with 10 rooms, and now I found the smaller poison curse with 5 rooms duration, and it updated it. So I'm pretty lucky in this one. So I can actually go through the next mini-boss without problem. But I still want some keys, that's why I go through the fight. Okay, in this case I think I will open a door. And I should survive this one. And so now we have a new gem choose, and I think it's possible to find the same gems again, but the chance is really low, so don't really expect this. Increases the chance of a blessing from chests, crates, and corpses by 20%. Boulder of Creed. More mysterious rooms appear. What I can recommend you is, if it's not totally clear what you want to choose, First, take priority on the advantage. Think how much can the advantage be helpful to you, and if all 3 gems don't have an advantage for you, then just have a look at the disadvantage, and then decide whether which disadvantage is the yeah, has the lowest how can I say this? Which disadvantages don't scare you at most? Yeah, so you should choose a second priority about which disadvantage is the easiest way for you to go through the dungeon. And if you think about this, it should be actually always be fine for you to choose the right Gem of Fate. But let's see, I actually like this Boulder of Greed, increase the chance of a blessing from chests, crates, and corpse. I mean, there are a few chests and crates which you can find. And I already found a good blessing in one crate. The chance to be higher is not that bad. You can actually choose mysterious rooms appear, yeah, sacrifice doors, or some special rooms or cursed rooms are no big disadvantage in my mind. Especially not if you already have enough of keys. You got a 10% chance of blessing from fights. Cursed chests can also spawn behind closed doors. So for example, this advantage is not that good as this in my mind, but the disadvantage is even no deal. I mean, you don't have to open chests. If you open a closed door, you don't have to open the chest. So actually this disadvantage is none. Oh. And here we have the chance of unlocked doors by spying gem. Reduce the chance of keys from fights by 15%. Oh, this is really a hard choice. I mean, this gem would be great if you are like on etage or on room 75 already. You have like so many keys. I think 11 keys is not the best number for me right now. So normally I think this is the strongest gem, but it's coming too early. So some Gem of Fates are really good in the start, or some Gem of Fates are really good in the room 75. So actually I choose this one. But it was not an easy choice. Sometimes you really get 3 really shit gems, and now I actually got each gem was okay, at least in my mind. Okay, here we have a very good example to talk about for mushroom users. I got an escape assistant already, which is really good. I got a disarm trap, which is very good. I mean, this blessing does not even count for rooms you go through, so you can use it for 8 traps as long as you live. And so in this combination on the Key Master, I really need the Road to Recovery now. And this time it doesn't make sense to use a one-hit wonder because I can escape and I can disarm traps. So I need heal points. I of course could as well use 50% recovery, but Actually, I like this one much more because it gains like 120% of hit points, which is very good in my mind. So it's even the big one. Let's buy it. Really good combination. Oh, what does happen here? Oh. Ooh, okay. Yeah, well, now one and one appeared. And I lost my trap. But that's no problem because we need to get damage actually. Okay, yeah. There's no traps though, at least, and no special door which Road of Recovery could be helpful. Because I was full of energy. What the fuck? I didn't check it, lol. Well, this is looking really good so far. I want to escape. That's why I needed to use the trap. And I didn't get any damage in that case. I was so lucky that I actually had too many blessings in this case, but that's a nice weapon perhaps. Let's see what we've got now. Reduce the damage from a failed escape attempt by 20%. 20 chance of occurs after a successful escape. Okay. Let's see what we still got. Rusty Healing Stone. Healings give 20% more hit points after dying and entering the dungeon again. Suffer the curse poison for 5 rooms. Well, I think that this is actually a good advantage. But I think the disadvantage is worse. Is a bigger problem than the advantage, even though being poisonous makes you losing HP so fast. I mean, you have to imagine you have to fight, maybe you have to choose traps, or you have to go through traps and then you get poisoned as well. It's not really worthwhile in my mind. So what's the reduce the damage from sacrificial doors by 20%. Blood drop of sacrifice. There are more sacrificial doors about. It's almost always a sacrifice. I didn't like as well a stone I don't need. Yeah, reduce damage is okay in case you need it. You need to use it, so the advantage can be helpful, but you will actually never use a chest after it. So since I don't want to escape that much anymore, I mean, I have 14 keys, maybe I got a key maker. I think I might choose this one. I mean, I got more mysterious rooms appear as disadvantage already. And I think I choose this one. But I guess there will be a lot of sacrificial doors, maybe. I'm not sure. Oh, man. Oh, man, let's see it. Yeah, well, as you could see, it was not that bad. But yeah, there were many sacrificed doors now. And yeah, in this state, I really intend to choose another road to recovery. I mean, I got a lot of keys. I can almost go through everything with keys, and I hope there won't be that many problems still coming for me. So, okay, I need to choose. Ah, well, of course, I need to choose. I need to waste 3 keys as well. Other. Oh. No, yeah, I choose this one. Choose this one. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, this is really great. Oh, what? Okay. Yeah, for example, this was a good curse door. I mean, for 8 rooms, twice as many keys are required to every locked door, but I mean, I got enough keys to go through this. Oh, well, I think I choose Sacrificial Door. Shouldn't be that much. Yeah, this damage is much lower than fighting opponents. And there we are in total. And yeah, there were some nice streaks. Almost going through a whole 25 rooms without dying. We had to choose about 270 mushrooms, perhaps. And now we got Medusa's snake hair. Nice. That's actually a new item for me. Yeah, that's great. I think I will already use it. Swap rooms. And choose a big black stone to be into it. Let's go. Maybe I can give this one here, but... the inventory slots are much too... less. I need more, but it's still taking some time. The weapon is, well, it's unfortunately 5 attribute epic, but all attribute epic, but they got a nice average. A nice average damage. I really have to think about using this, and the rune is good as well. Much better than I had before. I think I will choose this weapon soon. But, well, in this part, I was talking about the gem phase in total, and so let's have a small look about the list at the end. It's in German, as I said. There's at least one gem of fate I want to show you. The first one is advantage. Yeah, epic doors. We were talking about this. Less damage by traps can be useful. But the disadvantage says that on one of those doors there's always a trap. So actually, the disadvantage seems to be higher in my mind than. So the third one says, yeah, healings give 20% more life, but you get poisoned. As I said, not really. I'm not really, yeah, good with this one. The fourth said less damage by monsters. Yeah, we had this Gem of Fate and it was good. Of course, not if you want to find a lot of items. Magnet Stone, a higher chance to get keys by fights, but there's a chance to have twice locked doors. Can be helpful. I mean, mostly in if you play like I, you have a lot of keys at the end, so it can be a good stone. It looks like this one. This is the fifth one here. I hope you can see it at least. I hope you can see my mouse cursor. And the sixth one is, yeah, less mysterious rooms, but you have the chance of gaining higher curses on 25%. I think that's not really worthwhile. Seventh says unlock doors, chance is higher, but you get a smaller chance to find keys by fights in total. I think this is actually neutral. He's recommended in German, but it really has. You don't know how much higher the chance is in total. You have to try it out, but it's hard to say. Eighth one says you just have blessings in barrels, but traps always gives you curses, and I think it's not really worthwhile as well. Yeah, the ninth one we already have with less damage by flights. The 10th says you get a higher chance to get a blessing by fights. The disadvantage says you can have cursed chests behind locked doors. And I think always if you have something behind locked doors like this, the disadvantage is none. I mean, you don't have to open this chest if you don't want it. And yeah, of course, if you want to have a lot of gold or find items, then you shouldn't choose this gem. But if it's all about yeah, coming as fast as possible through this dungeon, through these 100 rooms, you can choose it, in my mind. The next one is this signs. You get Road to Recovery for 3 rooms if you died. I think this is a very good advantage. I mean, this blessing is really nice. And the disadvantage says you don't get epic doors, epic chests. And well, if you don't want to find epics, go ahead. Always pick this stone. I mean, this is like getting 2 or 3 keys more or whatever. Survive a little bit longer. And you have a stone with extending the duration by blessings. Disadvantage says you have a higher chance to gain a curse in the barrel by 50%. Well, 50% is high, so if you go for barrels especially, but blessings, you can gain blessings everywhere. On the Keymaster, on fights maybe, on chests or corpses, so it's recommended. But hopefully you don't get poisoned. So let's see this one. I will try to just use this smaller picture. I mean, it's easier for you to check the signs. Here is like really hard to say if it's good or not. I mean, you got a 20% chance after a positive flight that you find a key, but one door is always locked then in this case. I think the disadvantage in this case is not bad if you have a lot of keys, but the advantage is really not important. I mean, there are not many chances to have good flights, to fly from a fright. I mean, just if you have a good blessing, maybe, like I had before. Hard to say. If you can choose it, it's not a big deal if you have worse stones. This stone here is pretty nice. Hope of the thirsty guy. Higher chance to get better blessings by barrels. You get more cursed doors, and behind them there's always a cursed chest. I think the disadvantage is not that big deal. I think the advantage is higher, but it depends, of course, if you go for barrels there. Next one says there are less cursed doors, but you have a higher chance to gain curses by fights, 10%. I think you don't need to choose this stone in general. Yeah, this was a pretty nice gem. We already had it. Higher chance to gain blessings in chests, crates, and corpse. And the disadvantage was no big deal. So this is a stone you can always choose if you have to. Yeah, sacrifice doors, not the big deal. As we saw, it didn't. It made this possible maybe to get a good round, but yeah, it wasn't really feelable in my mind. Yeah, less damage by monsters. Yeah, it's great. Can use it. And this is really a really nice gem of fate. The cursed moonstone, I think, is the right translation. You have a higher chance to escape from fights, and yeah, this can be really useful if you want to go for 20% revive tactics. So, like if you have a lot of keys after room 50, you can have a higher chance to fly or to escape a fight. If you don't have a door to open or a mysterious room to go through or whatever, if you don't have good blessings, this can be really helpful. And the disadvantage is no big deal. I mean, duration longering by 1 is so unimportant. I mean, if you die, you lose all curses, so it's okay. Now you have weaker monsters here with this stone, but you have a lower chance. You have a lower chance to escape fight by 30%. This is a really big disadvantage in my mind, which you actually fight in the beginning. I mean, I think you never should choose this stone, to be honest. And here you have lower damage by sacrifice doors. Sacrifice the chests, and sacrifice the chest can be behind. Yeah, if you want to get items or whatever, you can choose this one, but actually there's no really damage or no really gain by this stone. Then you have another stone, a gem of fate. There are less sacrifice doors, and behind it you have always a silver or a chest or an epic chest, yeah. But you get more damage by 30% if you can't escape a fight. And I mean, I think the advantage is okay. For example, if you want to find items, you really should choose this, but the disadvantage is really a big deal if you're playing as I am. So I would actually never choose it, but for some people it can be helpful. And you have another gemstone, Soul of the Rabbit. You have a higher chance to escape by 20% at least, but you get stronger monsters. And I think you can choose this stone maybe not in the beginning, after 25 rooms. I mean, stronger monsters can deal a lot of damage, but of course the advantage to escape is really good. I mean, I was talking very much now. But we really have all informations now. I hope that in the next legendary dungeon the concept will be the same. I mean, then this guide can help you as well, but nobody knows what happens. We will see on Christmas when the next legendary dungeon will appear. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment, use the comments, and well, good luck in your next dungeon runs, and that you will have in total not that much expensive runs. Like my last run was pretty good, pretty nice actually.